Hello everyone, and thanks for watching Simon Fraser University Men's Basketball on Clan TV. I'm Howard Simmer of VarsityLetters.ca. Welcome to the West Gym here tonight for GNAC Men's Basketball action. The Clan playing host to the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves, coming off a spectacular triple overtime win last Saturday. Simon Fraser looking to get on a roll as they play their second of a three-game homestand. We'll have more on the visitors in a moment. First, a quick recap of that epic win. And as we said, a game for the ages last Saturday night at Simon Fraser as the Clan played its longest game in modern history, going to 3 overtime periods against the Montana State University Billings Yellow Jackets, and coming out with a 112-107 win. The Clan had the lead for the majority of the night before the Yellow Jackets pulled off a stunning comeback to force extra time. MSUB then hit a clutch three-pointer at the end of overtime to force another period in which the teams tied the game. The game finally ended in the third overtime when a pair of late free throws serving as the last barricade to another improbable Yellow Jackets buzzer beater. Michael Provenzano leading the way for the Clan with 32 points on 10 of 17 shooting. Mike P, 4 of 6 from beyond the arc, 8 of 9 from the stripe, and 6 assists as well. A complete effort for Michael Provenzano, and one of the top efforts over his very, very nice Simon Fraser Clan career. Othniel Spence with 23 points on 9 of 18 shooting, 5 of 10 from distance and 8 rebounds. As well, 18 points apiece for Singh and Roche, each hitting 6 field goal attempts from the floor. Singh 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks. Julian Roche 6 of 12 from the field, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, 13 rebounds, a block, and 3 steals. So some tremendous efforts in that triple overtime victory for the Simon Fraser Clan. The win snapping a 5-game losing streak and improving their GNAC record to 2-6, their overall record to 8-8. And now the team looks to pick up another win tonight against the Alaska Anchorage squad led by head coach Rusty Osborne. Seawolves enter tonight's contest playing some of their best basketball of the season, picking up a pair of wins last week against Central Washington by a score of 79-63 and Northwest Nazarene 85-73. So the Seawolves coming in today 4-4 in the GNAC, 9-7 overall. And of course, UAA has had a major upper hand in the all-time battle, having won every game between these two teams. Since the Clan joined the GNAC in 2010, that brings the string of Clan losses to the Seawolves at 16 games and counting. The most recent, however, was close. Simon Fraser only falling by 2 points, 66-64, right here in the West Gym last February. So coming off the big win, it will be especially fun to see if the Simon Fraser University men's basketball team can gain some traction here. And of course, it is a doubleheader day here for us as well. The Simon Fraser Clan women to follow against the third place team in the GNAC for women, Central Washington. So a terrific evening of basketball ahead. As the two teams warming up, we're about 2.5 minutes away from the anthems and the start of this basketball game. To look at some of the Simon Fraser numbers heading into this game. A tie at the top of the Clan scoring table. Julian Roche and Othniel Spence, the forward and the guard, each come in averaging 14 points a game. We should say Roche at 14-8 and Othniel Spence second at 14-4, but some real balanced scoring for head coach Steve Hansen. And Wilfred Bellata as well, another first-year player at 13.5 points per game. Provenzano at 10.8 points per game. And Jasdeep Singh, who's been a very, very pleasant surprise, a great addition as a college transfer out of Ladner Delta Secondary, coming in averaging 10.1 points per game. So you've got 5 players averaging within 4.7 points of each other, all in double figures. And that's part of the evolution right now of Clan basketball under head coach Steve Hansen. A much more balanced attack. Also, Drew Bryson, ace coming off the bench. No starts in 16 games, but 8.9 points per game. And Graham Miller as well, the local product out of Coquitlam, at 6.8 points per game. Leading rebounder on this basketball team, no surprise there. Julian Roche at 6.6 boards a game. Wilfred Bellata, though such a hard worker and a dual-purpose guy, at 6.1. And they are the 2 rebounding leaders for this Simon Fraser Clan basketball team. Tyler Brimmel, 16 games, 16 starts, leading the way at 16.8 points per game for Alaska Anchorage. And Nico Bevins as well, 12.9 points per game. And Jack McDonald checking in at 10.8. And this Anchorage team, as we mentioned, coming in off those wins over Central Washington, Northwest Nazarene, and they've actually won 4 of their last 6 GNAC games. Wins over Western Oregon and Concordia also in that stretch after losses at St. Martin's and Seattle Pacific. So Alaska Anchorage starting a weekend of visits from our Alaska neighbors. Fairbanks will provide the competition in a later start on Saturday, another doubleheader game with the women. So the team's now getting ready for action here, down to about 15 seconds here before the start of the game. Howard Samura again with you here on Clan TV. Thanks again to Gabriel Lynn, our producer, as well, and the rest of the Clan TV crew here from the West Gym. We'll take a short break for the anthems and be back for the player introductions on a GNAC men's basketball night here at the West Gym.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the West Gym for tonight's game between the visitor, University of Alaska Anchorage Seawolves, and your Simon Fraser University player. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and please remove all caps while playing with the American and Canadian national anthems.
And welcome back, everybody, to the West Gym. Howard Samura here with the Clan TV. A doubleheader Thursday night GNAC basketball. The men to get us underway here. The women will follow immediately following this. So 2 Simon Fraser games back-to-back here on Clan TV. So happy to be with you as the Alaska Anchorage squad getting introduced. And we'll go through those starters. They are number 2, as we mentioned, Tyler Brimmel. Nico Bevins wearing number 3. Brennan Reimer, number 13. Sher Berg wearing number 22. And Jack McDonald wearing number 24. And they will be the 5 starters for the Seawolves here tonight. And the starters for Simon Fraser today, Jordan Mirakian getting the start. Wilfred Bellotta as well. We mentioned the rookie guard having a tremendous start, the second leading scorer or third leading scorer on this team. Number 20 is Michael Provenzano. What a huge game Mike P had in the overtime victory. Jazz Singh as well, wearing number 22. And Julian Roche wearing number 35. So some nice size for the Simon Fraser University Clan within that starting five, being marched out there by the head coach Steve Hansen. It'll be interesting to watch that Singh-Roche partnership in the front court. Julian Roche looking like a prize fighter right now, ready to fight 15 rounds as he dances around with his teammates for the start of this game. Number 22, Berg, will take the opening tip against Roche, the transfer out of Santa Clara University in the West Coast Conference, now here atop Burnaby Mountain. And a broadcaster's dream are these Seawolves with their surnames emblazoned across the backs of those green jerseys. Opening tip's going to go to Berg and the Seawolves, and they will take command as Brennan Reimer now with the basketball to Brimmel. That's McDonald back up top to Bevins. McDonald back on the other side of the court. Clan want to keep that energy from that marathon victory on Saturday night. See if they can keep that energy going here tonight against the Seawolves. Defensively trying to get a stop here, but a great take to the basket. And extending for the lay-in there is number 13, Brendan Reimer. He's a 6-foot sophomore out of Sydney, Australia, Scots College. Feed to the other side of the court, in and out, a tough break for Jordan Mirakian. He had that ball rattle in and out of the cylinder and had a great look at three. So the Seawolves now with a chance to build on that early 2-0 lead. Brimmel down low. Turnaround, fading from the basket. Tough shot there for Berg, the native of Norway. Nice runner at the other end. Provenzano feeling it early, and Mike with a basket there to knot the score at 2. So 2-2 is our score here. Mentioned Fairbanks playing some of their best basketball of the season with 4 league wins in their last 6. There's a three-pointer that's going to skirt off the rim. Tyler Brimmel, the junior out of Logan, Utah, with a shot there. Simon Fraser with those 2 GNAC victories early in the season here. Of course, the one earlier coming against Concordia down in Portland. With getting a win against one of the upper crust teams in the conference and doing it in overtime, fighting through the adversity big. Here's Roche, post up against Berg, fading from the basket. Julian can't get it to go. Tough battle underneath. A lot of battling there, but a couple of Seawolves there. McDonald at the other end. Hyper pace here to the game early for Anchorage. Knocked out of bounds, it'll go off the Clan and stay with Alaska Anchorage. Bevins inbounding, Singh guarding him, and there's a steal. Bellotta's gonna pull up, and that three-pointer off the back iron. We're right at the Clan bench. You might hear some of the Clan coaches getting pretty vocal here right in front of our broadcast location. And they are an amped up group. They're as amped up as the players. Here's Bevins with a 3-ball that's not going to go into the hands now of Mirakian. Jordan, quick outlet pass. Provenzano at the 3. Back up to Roche. Gets her right back. Taking a cue there from Singh and feeding the wing. Bellotta. Singh comes up to set the screen. Shot clock down to 15 now. Provenzano. Double team trying to dribble out of trouble, and he does. Mike, what a handle in the paint. Out to Bellotta to the free throw line, and in. He tries to stuff it. Can't get it to go. The Clan get it back, and a new shot clock as well. Here's Singh. Ooh, he turns around and misses the goal completely. Clan calling for a foul there, won't get the call. Berg with the basketball. Clan showing some nice defensive intensity here early. Here's McDonald. He is a strong handle. He takes Muir Young right to the hole and lays it up and in. Is going to get the N1 opportunity. 4-2 for the Seawolves here in the early going. Howard Samura again here on Clan TV. Thanks for joining us. As we mentioned, a doubleheader night today and on Saturday. And the women will lead it off on Saturday against Northwest Nazarene, the #1 ranked team in all of women's D2 basketball. And the men will follow, I believe, at 7:30 with a game against Fairbanks on Saturday. So doubleheader action today and Saturday right here on Clan TV. Simon Fraser down by a triple here right now, 5-2. Provenzano penetrates, dishes, Singh for three. Great rebound underneath. Roche can't get the roll, but he's going to feel some contact underneath the basket. And they're going to call Brennan Reimer with the contact underneath the basket. But I love that twin tower action on the floor right now. Singh facing the basket, taking the shot from distance, and Roche there to bit of an eraser underneath. If there's a miss there, he's going to get that offensive board. And you saw Julian working so hard off the offensive glass. Free throw is not going to fall for him, though. Reimer with his first foul of the game. Roche with a make there. Of course, our esteemed producer, Gabe Lynn, letting us know in our pregame notes that this Clan team has never beaten Anchorage since joining the NCAA in 2010. And of course, that last meeting, they had 2-point loss to the Seawolves. So the Clan getting close. Great job there. Bellata tips it away. Provenzano to Bellata. A strong handle on the ball. He's trying to power his way through the defense. And he's going to get called for the offensive foul. So the rookie getting called for over-exuberance. Bellata doesn't have to worry about anything in the physicality department. He's arrived with the Adonis physique here in his rookie season. It's all about learning how to play in this league, and he's going to be a great one for the Clan, there's no question. Here's Reimer. McDonald to skip underneath. And a nice job to finish underneath by Brian Pearson, the Elko, Nevada 6'9" senior, will lay it up and in, 7-3. I think they're calling is that a moving screen they're calling on Singh. So a foul called there, a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here. And let you know that, as we mentioned, the next home game for Simon Fraser men's basketball, it's going to be a 7:30 start on Saturday against the Alaska Nanooks of Fairbanks. So January the 26th, mark that one down, 7:30 p.m. We hope to give you score updates throughout the evening here. And the West Gym Whiteout we should mention as well, as you see it on the screen there. The West Gym Whiteout takes place January the 22nd. The annual event this year features a doubleheader, beginning with the women's game against Northwest Nazarene at 5:15, followed by the men's game against Alaska. We'll be throwing out white t-shirts throughout the event, and a few lucky fans will have the chance to make a half-court shot to win a $250 SFU bookstore gift card. So wear your white, join us right here in the West Gym for Saturday for the West Gym Whiteout, a real special event. And love the way our Clan teams are playing right now. It should be a real special environment. Just as that triple overtime game was, a nice full house here at the West Gym. Nothing better in the GNAC. So the Clan now coming out of the timeout. A field goal and a free throw to show for their efforts thus far. And now Alaska Anchorage getting to the basket for their lay-ins. They are 3 of 6 from the field. The Clan starting out at 1 of 7. Pearson again with a nice look at the basket from the elbow. Can't get that to fall. Big rebound. Gets the Clan down the floor in a hurry. And Provenzano now with the basketball. Mike directing traffic. Of course, had that fantastic game on Saturday. Jordan Mirakian. Jazz Singh now with the basketball. Singh, a double-digit scorer for this Clan team. Showing some nice old-school post moves. Can't get it to go. The Clan struggling with some quality looks down low, just no finish over the first 5 minutes of this basketball game. Here's Brimmel, and he's going to drop a soft jumper there, 9-3. So Alaska hitting their looks, the Clan are not, and that's the big difference here in a 6-point Anchorage lead. Provenzano out to meet the Roche pass. Julian takes a nice pass from Provenzano cross court, and they'll move it around now. Mirakian, great look underneath, and Singh is there to finish it off underneath. Great ball movement in the half court by the Clan, and a much needed basket there. Drew Bryson, number 24, will be checking in for the Clan at the next stoppage. Pearson, the handoff play. Brimmel back up to number 24, McDonald. Shot clock down to 8 here. Great job there defensively by the Clan to close it off, but they're going to hit the shot anyway. Brimmel knocks down the long jumper there to make it 12-5. Clan thought they had the lane shut off, but Alaska Anchorage takes to the airwaves and knocks down the jump shot there. Here's Roche from the top. He's going to feather home the beautiful triple. So Julian Roche with a big shot there. The big man can do it all. That's Bongani Moyo, number 13 for the Clan. Guarding Dowell, the local product. Pearson, elbow jumper. Doesn't go. A nice rebound there, ripped away by Singh. Keenan Dowell, of course, the Surrey native. Singh takes the three. Would have been something to see. Back-to-back triples from the big man. And Singh not too far off the mark with that jump shot. Bryson and Graham Miller both set the check-in for the Clan at the next stoppage. Devins now with the basketball. McDonald. Drive and kick to Pearson. Shut down by Roche, so a handoff play to McDonald, who's going to turn a corner. Shot clock down to 8. Jumper goes up, and it's going to go off the back iron there. A little bit of a tip drill. Simon Fraser coming down with the miss there by Keenan Dowell, number 20. Here's Provenzano. Little turnaround push shot, can't go in traffic. Simon Fraser getting back into things here. 12-8, they trail. And it looks like Singh and Mirakian out of that starting group are going to come off the floor now. Some nice energy here early from both teams, and Anchorage, of course, it's never a given getting victories on the road in the GNAC, and of course their last two losses coming back-to-back a couple weekends ago on the road. And they will, of course, be at Western Washington to play the Vikings on Saturday. There's Dowell's look underneath, batted away underneath. Julian Roche coming in hard and knocking it away from Karlberg, number 11, I believe that was. Torben Karlberg, the freshman out of Grace Christian in Anchorage, Alaska. Greetings, of course, to everybody in the great state of Alaska watching tonight. Dowell calling for that high screen. On the floor, nice little pivot move in the paint, can't get it to go, and they battle for a loose ball. Moyo quickly up to Provenzano. Might get tempo, finding Bryson for 3, and Drew can't get that one to go. A battle, and Julian Roche takes a hard fall. Graham Miller, his teammate, there to help him up, and let's hope he's okay. I think he is as they come off the floor. So a timeout, we'll keep it right here. Let's take it. We're going to be going to our Clan TV replays throughout the night. Hope you enjoy those and really showing the great looks our cameras are getting here inside the West Gym. And take a look here on the turnaround move by Karlberg. Here comes big Julian Roche, the big mitt to slap that ball away, and a great look again by our Clan TV crew. Time to look at some of the numbers from the action here thus far. And Simon Fraser is still struggling from the field. They're shooting 3 of 13, and that includes 1 of 6 from beyond the arc for a percentage of 23.1% from the field right now. Alaska Anchorage of late being stymied by the Clan a bit, 38.5%, 5 of 13. And And the leading scorer in this game is Tyler Brimmel. He's 2 of 3, including a triple, for 5 points in this basketball game. Jack McDonald with 3 and Brennan Reimer as well with 2. For Simon Fraser, Julian Roche has got a couple. He hit a 3 and, of course, hit a free throw as well for 4 points. 2 apiece for Jazz Singh and Michael Provenzano. Dowell now with the basketball. Moyo guarding him. Brimmel, nice cut underneath by the Seawolves. They go right up top to Brimmel and he knocks down the triple with ease. They move the ball a couple of times and got a real good look from 3, knock it down. So 15-8 our score. Provenzano. Roche comes up to offer the screen. Mike into the paint. Nice move to Graham Miller. And the Dr. Charles Best grad goes to the basket for the lay-in. Graham Miller, 15-10 the score. Simon Fraser finding ways to score it in the half court. Here's Brimmel. Little shot fake, puts up the 3 and knocks it down. Roche was right there. But Tyler Brimmel's feeling it here, and he's got 8 points to lead all scorers in this game. 8 of the 18 points here for the Seawolves in the early going. Moyo, who's getting some nice time off the bench here in the opening quarter. Roche now with the basketball. Thinking about backing his man Pearson in instead. Turnaround, fading shot, can't get the roll there, and the rebound ripped away by Brimmel. Almost at the midway mark of this opening half. Here's Dowell into traffic, knocked away, and Miller working hard trying to get it, but kudos to Dowell as well. What a great job he did to get possession of the basketball back, and now with 8 on the shot clock. Down to 5, they go cross court. Karlberg, handoff. Brimmel with a prayer off the front iron, right into the hands of Provenzano. Mike the no-look to Moyo is going to get it back at the top. Graham Miller, he's going to take the shot from distance, doesn't draw iron on the offering there, as we've now reached the second half of this opening half of play. 9:27 left in the first half. Dowell getting a nice run here. Shot clock now down to 10 for the Seawolves. They haven't panicked in the half court. Pearson with a nice look inside, and number 35 has come off the bench and given him something quite nice here. The 6'9", 230 senior.
Straight up, straight up.
Mike P now with the basketball. Provenzano in the paint, whirling. Bodies converge. They go to Moyo for 3. Can't get that one to fall. And Karlberg right down the floor wants to power to the rim. But Provenzano is going to get in the way and snatch that ball away for the Simon Fraser clan. Here's Bryson now with the basketball. Back up top to Miller. They move it around to Provenzano. Go to Moyo. The feed to Roche. And Julian right there for the layup. And Julian Roche. Great job of moving the basketball there for the Simon Fraser clan. Steve Hansen right in front of our broadcast location, barking out a play. Called that one Argentina, and they went to Julian Roche underneath. Here's Pearson. Roche guarding him. Back up top. Dowell down in the corner. Seymour, an offensive rebound though is given up, and Brimmel's right there to put that one back. Let's take a look at the replay, and I'm sure we're going to see that Simon Fraser ball movement. Nice and crisp passing, and here's the nice cut that the big man Roche makes off that play. He goes right to the basket for the lay-in. Unfortunately for the Clan, they give up an uncontested rebound underneath and an easy lay-in. So the Seawolves pushing that lead back up to 10 points here at the timeout. Alaska Anchorage, of course, one of the flagship teams in the GNAC, and a consistent challenge for Simon Fraser since they came into NCAA Division II basketball in 2010. For our American friends wondering the history of Simon Fraser basketball, we can let you know, of course, they started just over 50 years ago, and the first affiliation they had was in the NAIA. And so for many, many, many years, part of the U.S. small school circuit, producing some great players here, of course, including their most famous basketball grad, Jay Triano, a longtime NBA coach, former head coach of the Toronto Raptors, and currently an assistant. I think Jay Triano working in Charlotte this year, and obviously what a huge influence he had as a former head coach here as well. And of course, Simon Fraser then took a bit of a sabbatical from US-based leagues and entered the CIS, Canada's highest university league, played there for a number of years, and have since returned to the their US-based roots here in the NCAA. They're going to call Miller for stepping on the end line, and a costly turnover coming out of a timeout. Certainly don't want to be surrendering the basketball, and they did that right there. Tough break there. Miller, a little surprised to hear that whistle. Lead at 10 points. The Seawolves with the basketball and the lead, wearing their road greens as they come up the court. Berg to McDonald. Bevins. Brimmel loves that three from the top, and he is unstoppable. What a job Tyler Brimmel's done. So Brimmel now is 6 of 8, including 4 of 5. He's just caught fire from beyond the arc. And right now a game high 16 points. Simon Fraser at a crucial juncture here. They need to get things going offensively. That three would be very nice from Jordan Muir-King. It doesn't go. Pilata went up for the rebound. Couldn't squeeze it there. Great job by Miller to tip it, but Alaska gets the ball right back. Another three ball this time, and it's going to roll as well. Is there anything Tyler Brimmel can't do right now? He's getting every roll in the book, but he's also swishing some of his offerings as well. Just on fire right now. Underneath the basket. And a lay-in there from Wilfred Bellotta. Take a look at that on the Clan TV replay. And you see Bellotta bringing the heavy load down underneath. Wilfred Bellotta, 6'4", 200, a freshman out of Montreal. And like we said, brings the ability to challenge players physically as a freshman. And you can see the physique there, number 10, brings on the court. GNAC ready. And a nice job there to complete the N1 play. Much needed here by the Clan to pull back within 13. You don't want to let this lead get too out of hand here in this opening half. Can they stop number 2, Mr. Brimhall? That's Berg, number 22. Brimmel seems omnipresent. But a nice drive in the paint there. Can't get a fall. Brimmel with an offensive board, surrounded by Clan players. They're going to say it went off the Simon Fraser Clan. It'll stay Anchorage basketball. Off an inbounds play, and there he is again. Well, that's Bevins, excuse me, Nico Bevins knocking it down, the 6'6" junior out of Beaverton, Oregon. The Montana transfer. So 30-15, a 15-point lead is the largest of the game for Anchorage. Muir-King, Simon Fraser leading points on the floor on Fortunately for them, though, Roche is able to get the loose ball and pop it back up and in. Michael Hannon, number 3, the other guard out on the floor who's recently checked into action for Simon Fraser, wearing number 3, as we mentioned. Shot clock down to 6, down to 5. Tough shot in traffic's not going to go there. And that was Reimer. But Simon Fraser, nothing is working for the Clan right now. Bellata's getting called for the foul. They're not coming out of physical confrontations with the calls going their way. And as a result, trailing right now by 13 points in this basketball game. Here's McDonald. Reimer to Berg, back up to Brimmel. Need to face guard this guy here. He puts it up again. And this time inside the arc, but he's going to knock it down nonetheless. Stone Cold Assassin in the opening half of play. Here's Bellata. He'll put one up, doesn't go for him. Hannon with a nice rebound underneath the basket, and he's going to lay it up and in. So opportunistic deuce there for Michael Hannon, the 6'2 junior out of Spokane Valley, Washington. Down to 4 minutes remaining in this opening half. Not going the Clan's way. Bevins, quick release. That one in and out. Roche bats it away to Singh. And they will battle for that basketball. Lead at 13 here for Alaska Anchorage. Wilfred Bellata. Going to go to Hannon for 3, and he's going to knock it down. Michael Hannon with a nice job. First the offensive rebound and the putback, now the triple. And a big basket there to make it a 10-point game. A timeout called on the floor. So Michael Hannon making his impact felt off the bench. And a great job there to knock down that triple. As we take a look at the replay here on Clan TV. Hannon, great form there as he steps up and knocks down the triple. So Simon Fraser with some nice signs, but the gap's still at double digits. Of course, for the latest Simon Fraser men's basketball news, stats, videos, and more, the place to visit, athletics.sfu.ca/mbasketball. You can also stay connected with the team on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SFU_MBB. Today's game is live streamed on YouTube, and you can watch it at athletics.sfu.ca/MBB live. The place for live stats all the time, athletics.sfu.ca/live-stats, and the game also on demand. And you know where to go for that, athletics.sfu.ca/on-demand. And as we mentioned, the Clan women's basketball team set to take to the floor after this game. And Coach Bruce Langford's team with a win here against Concordia before heading out on the road and winning a pair of games. So they bring a 3-game conference win streak into action here, playing their best basketball of the season. Simon Fraser picked the GNAC's Women's Basketball Team of the Week, and Taylor Drynan had a terrific weekend this past weekend for Simon Fraser. We're back to live action here from the West Gym. 3:26 remaining. The Clan, coming off the Hannon triple, would love to get a stop here. That's clearly what they talked about during the timeout. They're going to get a stop there off the jump shot there from Brimmel, who finally misses. Here's Roche. He's going to step up just off the mark, and Brimmel with the rebound. Brimmel has been ridiculously hot here. 21 points on 8 of 10 shooting, 5 of 7 from the field. How do you stop this guy? That's what the Clan want to know. McDonald with the drive into traffic. He'll put up a tough shot in and out of the cylinder. Roche with the rebound. Provenzano creates his own shot from 15. Can't get it to fall. Hannon goes in there hard to try and get that loose ball, but he's going to get called for the foul. Foul, his first and the team's 5th. 2:40 remaining. Berg from about 17. He's holding on to the ball. Quick release from Brimmel. Clan bench just put their hands to their heads and went, oh no, but he missed, Brimmel did. And they will get it from the other side, though it doesn't matter. Number 13 is going to play the strings nicely. That's Brennan Reimer with the sweet jumper. Back to a 35-22 lead. Roche takes a nice feed, can't get the finish. The story is Simon Fraser's half. And we hope you'll join us for our guest right at the half, and we're hoping to connect with Michael Hannon of the Clan to find out some of his thoughts on this opening half of play. He's on the floor right now working hard, helping to procure a turnover. Here's Wilfred Bellotta right down the floor, and Bellotta in his wheelhouse. He's able to use the physicality underneath. He creates a little space for himself, and the Clan hanging tough. They're trailing by 11, 35-24 with 1:23 remaining. Here's Reimer, right to the basket. Two Clan players guarding him. Nobody stops his path to the basket, and he goes right to the rack for the lay-in. Not the best moment there defensively for the Clan in this opening half with 1 minute remaining. Provenzano, Bellotta, once again into traffic. Roche with a great rebound, and he is going to draw the foul underneath. Julian Roche working so hard underneath. So Jack McDonald getting called for his first. So Roche now with under a minute remaining at the strike. Contrast the efficiency of Tyler Brimmel, 8 of 10 from the field, 5 of 7 from beyond the arc for 21 points, 4 rebounds in just 16 or probably about 18 minutes of play right now. And Simon Fraser, a litany of quality chances inside. They haven't been able to finish the little 3-4 footers underneath, and it has cost them in terms of their deficit right now. So trailing by 12 here with 40 seconds remaining. Jump shot's not going to go there. Scramble for a loose ball goes to Mike P. Provenzano pushing the tempo up the floor. Mike right to the basket. And he's going to trip and fall in the paint.
61.
No foul called there. Provenzano to inbound. 6.5 difference between the clocks here. Moyo powering in, and that's the story of Simon Fraser's half right there. As Moyo gets it up, it just spins on the rim. It refuses to go down. And we've got players tied up on the floor right now. Let's see what happens here. Steve Hansen, the head coach, walking up to our broadcast location right now. They'll separate that scrum. None for the worse for wear here.
Jump ball light. Take a minute.
Coaching staff instructing Michael Hannon one shot here in the final 23 seconds. Provenzano, shot clock off. One shot, though, set up for the best shot they can find. They go to Moyo. Bongani, the turnaround hook shot won't go. Singh had it, but it slips through his hands. And
Stay right there for me.
clearly the message for one shot didn't get through. To limit that ability for Anchorage to get the ball, and of course for Tyler Brimmel to get another look at the basket. With 7 seconds to go, here comes Anchorage again. Turnaround effort won't go off the back iron, and that's going to do it here in the opening half of play. So nothing easy. And we will await the arrival of Simon Fraser's Michael Hannon. And we thank him for joining us here. Michael Hannon of the Simon Fraser Clan, thanks for joining us. Just talk about the first half.
We let shooters shoot, and you can't do that if you want to win a game. So
What was the energy like coming off of the overtime victory, and were you guys hoping to really be able to keep that going here tonight?
I personally think we came out a little slow, and we got to step it up in the second half. The overtime one was good, but that's in the past. We got to step it up before if we want to get another win.
All right, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Michael Hannon of the Simon Fraser Clan, thanks for joining us, and we'll take a short break here as well, and we'll be back with some numbers from the opening half, closer to the start of the second half. Howard Samura, Clan TV, back with more in a moment.
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Hi, my name is Lauren Friedman. I'm in my 5th year of biomedical engineering at SFU, and I play on the women's volleyball team. My first work term was at a company called Braceworks Custom Orthotics, and I did research and product development on a chest brace for pectus carinatum. And my second work term was at a company called Plantiga, where I did research on their insoles that collect data for professional athletes in the military. SFU athletics and co-op have helped facilitate my journey through university by helping me apply what I learned in my sport into the classroom, and also what I learned in the classroom into my sport, and then putting it all together in the real world really helped narrow my focus. I would recommend that SFU athletes participate in co-op because not a lot of people get to play the sport that they love and be in school, and not a lot of people get to explore different areas of work that they love and also play their sport. So putting all those three things together is really a unique opportunity that not a lot of people get.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
And we're back with you here in the West Gym. Howard Samura, Clan TV, getting set for the second half of play here from the West Gym. Simon Fraser with some catching up to do, trailing the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves 37-25 at the break. Look at some of those numbers from the opening half of play. Alaska Anchorage shot the heck out of the basketball. 15-32 from the field, 46.9%, of course, led by the Heroics. 21 points in 20 minutes by Tyler Brimmel. The leading scorer came in averaging just over 16 points a game. But he had 21 in that opening half of play, even had 6 rebounds. He was 5 of 7 from distance. And boy, he was an interesting player. We're joined by Simon Fraser, lead assistant John Curcio. And Coach, what are your thoughts on the opening half? I thought you guys had some great opportunities. You just weren't able to cash in inside.
Yeah, no, we had some really good looks. Weren't able to finish them. We had a couple possessions where we took some early shots, which didn't allow us to set up our rebounding, and that hurt us too.
What about the play of Brimmel, who had he had 5 of 7 from beyond the arc? You guys knew he's a scorer, but he's not the only guy that can score on this team, but he certainly had a great first half.
Yeah, we did a really good job on their other guys. He was one of our defensive keys. We had a couple of defensive breakdowns that we had talked about at halftime, and he's a good player.
Coming off of the emotion of such a terrific victory in triple overtime, I guess, you know, there is a downside to that too in terms of making sure that focus is back. Is that hard to dial up the same level of focus, come right back and really, you know, gain traction from the victory?
Yeah, it is, but I mean, the guys were pumped. So, I mean, you know, we took a lot out of how hard we fought to get that victory and wanted to bring that back today.
Big key for the second half is going to be what?
Try and shut down Brimhall.
We'll see how that goes. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. John Curcio, the lead assistant here with the Simon Fraser University Clan. Love talking basketball with Coach. And boy, you know what? You couldn't say it any simpler, could you? Just shut him down. Don't let Brimmel get open and hit those threes. There are players at every level. If you're a basketball fan, you're going out and watching the game at whatever level you're watching and at, you appreciate the star quality some players bring at whatever level it is. Here in BC at the high school level, there's a kid who plays for Oak Bay Secondary School in Victoria, and his name is Diego Mafia, and he is a kid who just can shoot from anywhere on the court. Really amazing ability to get off the three ball, and he hit a huge one at a huge invitational tournament a couple weeks ago here in Port Coquitlam, just outside of Burnaby. The whole team knew he was going to shoot it. He came down and he found a way to get a shot off at the buzzer to steal a victory for his team. And we watched the way that Brimmel played in that opening half of play, and didn't matter where he got the basketball. The Clan knew he was a shooter. They knew he could do what he could do, and still unable to stop him from getting off the shot. So he will be of prime importance. But we talked about the balance too at the top end of that Anchorage scoring parade, and the fact that you just can't focus on one guy. The Clan doing a decent job, obviously, on many of those Anchorage players in that opening half, including Nico Bevins, who was held to 2 points. Berg was held to no points. Not a prime scorer for them, but didn't score. Brendan Reimer did have 7 points. Jack McDonald had 3, and off the bench, the post Brian Pearson, 2 for 4 points there. So really take away Brimmel's contribution, and the Clan could be right in this game. We'll see if they don't suffer the defensive breakdowns they try to address in the second half, and can that be the impetus to make a comeback here trailing by 12. As hard as it is to get a win on the road in the GNAC, it's just as hard to dig yourself out of a 12-point halftime deficit. That's what the Simon Fraser Clan have to do here. We'll look at some of their numbers. Simon Fraser in that opening half shot 10 of 32, 31.3% from the field, and they were led by the 9 points of Julian Roche, who worked so hard. And Julian, 3 of 7 from the field. He could have had a couple more quite easily and been well into double digits. 9 points, 8 rebounds, and a block in 17 minutes for the big man, the transfer out of Steve Nash's alma mater, Santa Clara University. 5 points as well for Michael Hannon, who came off the bench and was our guest right before the break. Wilfred Balata as well. So those two guards with 5 points apiece, 2 apiece for Graham Miller, Jazz Singh, and Michael Provenzano. We're back to main action here ahead of that Clan women's game, which will follow the second half now underway here from the West Gym. Brimmel's going to get all the attention here. We'll see if another Anchorage player is going to step up. Bevins, the 3, off the mark there, and Provenzano now quickly down the floor for the Clan. Little hesitation, dribble right to the rack, and there comes the contact. Berg is going to knock him into tomorrow, and that's going to be a foul against number 22. But Provenzano doing a nice job. His speed down the floor, putting the defense in jeopardy. Provenzano pays for it physically at the end, but it's going to get the free throw trips here in a nice way for the Clan to start here in the second half of play. Mike will go 1 of 2. All about the stops here for Simon Fraser. Reimer over to Brimmel, to Bevins. McDonald was looking for that pass. Brimmel now with the basketball, moving the ball around the perimeter. Shot clock is now down to 10. Reimer, Brimmel. Look at that little turnaround pivot move, and that is a sweet move. Takes out the yo-yo and lulls you to sleep, and Brimmel knocks down the short little jumper. Not all about the 3 ball. He gets off to the start he wants to in the second half. Here's Balata to Singh, and the Clan are going to turn it over. Simon Fraser wants to string together stops and makes to build some kind of momentum here, but unable to squeeze the basketball with Singh, and the ball quickly turning right back to Anchorage. Turnaround for McDonald in the paint. Provenzano guarding him one-on-one in the paint, and McDonald with a nice strong move to the basket. Provenzano's going to get called for the foul. First team foul of the half, and Mike's first of the game as Jack McDonald steps up to the free throw line. Jack McDonald, a 6-foot junior, California college transfer out of Melbourne, Australia. Real international flavor here, obviously, with his Anchorage team, including a BC native in Dowell, who we saw in that opening half of play. Roche, Berg guarding him, Provenzano. Bevins guarding Balata, goes cross court to Jordan Mirakiang. Nice cut there as Roche goes to the basket, can't get the finish he wants. Berg there defensively. And Reimer will slow things up. Of course, Othniel Spence, dressed but not active, and of course the second leading scorer for this Clan team, Othniel Spence, the terrific scoring guard, did not see any action in that opening half of play. Mirakiang looking for Balata right into the Clan bench. Off an Alaska player, so Simon Fraser keeping it. 20 on the shot clock here, and a chance to try and get going here in the second half. Provenzano skipped to Roche underneath, and Roche in an awkward position there, being guarded in the mid block and just couldn't squeeze the basketball. So Clan posts having a trouble on that entry. Singh and Roche in the early going with turnovers here. Anchorage lead at 14 points. And really right now at this stage of the game can't afford to let the Seawolves get on a big roll here. Here's Berg back to the basket against Roche. Nice little move to skirt by the bigger Julian Roche underneath and get the lay-in underneath. So Inside out efficiency galore here from Alaska Anchorage. That lead now 42-26. A lot of nice look. Roche in the paint, high percentage for the Clan. I can't say that on too many times tonight that they've had those opportunities go their way. Bellotta working hard defensively. Knocked it away, but it's going to stay with the Seawolves. Roche out of the game. Moyo, Bongani Moyo, number 13, coming into the game. Take a look at that replay on the Clan TV monitor, and you'll see Roche going right to the basket for the lane. I thought Julian might elect to go skyward and dunk it. Instead, took the high percentage lay-in right at the rim. Brimmel. Clan coaches have consistently talked about the moving screen here tonight. Shot clock down to 4. Berg's turnaround shot. He's got the matchup he wants against Moyo underneath, and he scores it. So the post game now starting to gain some traction here for the Clan as Michael Hannon, the guard, stepping off the bench. Bevins, Nico Bevins helping the turnover there for Alaska Anchorage. A timeout on the floor, and time for us to let you know again that Saturday the annual West Gym Whiteout will take place, and this year's event will feature a doubleheader beginning with the women's game against nationally ranked Northwest Nazarene. We mentioned to you in one poll they're ranked number 1 in all of D2 women's basketball. A 5:15 p.m. tip-off followed by the men's game against Alaska. We'll be throwing out white t-shirts throughout the entire event, and a few lucky fans with a chance to make a half-court shot to win $250 in an SFU bookstore gift card. So wear your white and join us right here in the West Gym on Saturday for the West Gym Whiteout. And of course, we do have a second game coming up immediately following the Central Washington Wildcats, having a great season, sitting in 3rd place in the GNAC right now. We'll face your Simon Fraser Clan women's team riding a 3-game win streak in the conference. So 7:30 p.m. Stick right with us here on Clan TV. We'll have that one. It'll be fun to watch the return of the Clan women. They've had a tough road the last few weeks, but have come through in a nice fashion, splitting in Alaska, splitting at home, and then winning 2 on the road. So that, by my math, that's 4 wins in their last 6 GNAC games for head coach Bruce Langford, and starting to get going here. And of course, this GNAC schedule reaches its midway point after this weekend. Now we're back to main action, just under 16 minutes remaining. The Clan, anytime they want to push that green button and signal go time, they're able to. Here's Provenzano from 15. He's going to rattle it home. Coming out of the timeout, Mike Provenzano measures up the 15-footer, knocks it down, and cuts the lead to 14 points. Anchorage production has come from Berg underneath the last couple times down the floor. Of course, we know what their jump shooting game is all about as well. And right there, the big gun is going to miss. Tyler Brimmel unable to draw iron. Maybe his weakest shot offering of the night right there. Here's Moyle, puts his head down, and they are going to call the offensive foul against Bongani Moyo. It's all a matter of harnessing that physicality. But in this case, Moyo getting called for the offensive foul. That's his first of the game, second team foul of the half. Reimer works so well with the other guards in this Anchorage team. One of them right there can do no wrong, it seems, as Brimmel went right to the basket for the lay-in. I can say right now, I would love to watch that kid practice, because he must go through his pivot moves, and everything just looks so crisp in his execution on the floor that you know there are a ton of reps behind the scenes for a guy like Brimmel to make it all happen here on center stage. Here's Provenzano, wants to get those back. Kicks it up top, Singh for 3. Ooh, in and out. Hannon working hard for the rebound, can't get it because Berg's going to swallow up that carom. And keep it at 16 points here for Anchorage. Reimer back up top. Berg. Reimer back. This time they're going to feed the post. 2 on the shot clock. Berg's reverse won't go. He gets it back. The shot clock down to 1, and Anchorage is going to get it back. Berg's offensive rebound off his own miss recycles the possession here for Coach Osborne and the Seawolves. Here's Reimer guarded by Hannon. Long possession here. Brimmel loves the 3 ball. This time he's off the mark, but Berg again, a second offensive rebound, and underneath the basket, I think they're going to call Singh for the foul, so nothing's going the Clan's way here. That's what you call tough sledding right now for the Simon Fraser Clan. Singh's second foul of the game. Berg, the Norwegian native, huge. Couple baskets, and this time recycling a possession and drawing a foul underneath as well. And it seems like forever that Anchorage has held possession of the basketball as we get down to about 13 and a half minutes remaining in this basketball game. Take it back, Berg head fake drive into the paint, uses the lefty, goes off the window and lays it up and in, and Berg right now taking over this basketball game for Alaska Anchorage. He's keeping possessions alive. He's got 6 points in the half. And as that perimeter game was deadly in the first half, Berg right now in the interior doing some big time damage here for the Seawolves. Here's Muir Kyung, the kick out. Oh, and I think Hannon's going to get 3 shots from the strike. That foul against Reimer. Brendan Reimer getting called for his second of the game, second team foul. So Hannon's going to get a triple shot here from the charity stripe. And Hannon, the shooters rolled in the second, a nice job there on the third, 48-32. First time this season we've had the twin bills on Thursday and Saturday. Berg at half court to Brimmel. That's a handoff to Dowell, who's now back into the basketball game. First time since the first half of play for number 20, the Surrey native. Here's Brimmel, gets off that 3 ball, this time off the front iron. Moyle gets a hand on it and corrals it quickly to Muir Kyung. Jordan the drive, the kick back to Bryson, the handoff. Moyle. Hannon thought he had a lane to the basket. Dowell jumping in there. I think he's going to get called for the foul. So local official Mike Thompson making the call on Dowell. On the shot clock as he inbound the basketball, looking for Hannon. And off a foot. Stays Simon Fraser basketball. Underneath to Bryson. Oh, he had a great opportunity there. Roche couldn't get the finish either. And there's 2 opportunities for a Clan team trying to get their momentum going. Timeout called. We'll keep it here. And as the Clan talk things over, and really it's been an incredibly frustrating night. As we talked to John Curcio, the assistant coach, about momentum and what's in store coming off of a big game like a triple overtime contest. The thought is, and you could feel it in the opening moments of this contest, just how pumped up Simon Fraser was to try and continue that momentum. It's an elusive thing, isn't it? Coming off that triple overtime win over Montana State Billings and unable to keep it going here tonight. And now, obviously, Simon Fraser is very, very challenged in terms of what they can do here to try and get back into this basketball game. They're trailing by 16 points. And we're with 12 minutes remaining in this game. Shot of the thrift shop right now being set up on the concourse, and great efforts here from the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC. Very involved in student affairs here every day on the campus up at Burnaby Mountain. A shot there, thanks to our Clan TV crew for that look at what's happening during this basketball game. Great campus light here on Simon Fraser. Of course, construction soon underway on that covered stadium on Terry Fox Field. The covered grandstands will be terrific to watch football and soccer. And a lengthy project just getting underway here atop Burnaby Mountain. Back to the action. Alaska Anchorage with the basketball. Moyo in the grill of Reimer, but Moyo is having a tough night defensively, and you run into those. Number 13 has gotten called for offensive fouls with the basketball. He's not called for another one there. And we mentioned the theme of moving screens, and Steve Hansen, the head coach, again letting the refs know, and he's right in front of our broadcast location here. Dowell. Berg to Reimer. Can't get that to go. Hannon with the rebound. Clan dodge a bullet there. A solid look at the basket by the Seawolves. Murik Young underneath. Great skip pass to Julian Roche underneath for the basket. So Jordan Murik Young dropping the dime in the paint there to Julian Roche. Take a look at that Roche layup there on our Clan TV replay. Clan putting on some pressure here, three-quarter court. Alaska Anchorage getting across the half court. Reimer with the basketball. Bongani Moyo staying out there, along with Hannon at one of the guard spots. Bryson Roche and Hannon, or Murik Young as well on the floor. The Clan just seems stuck in mud here today. We just can't get going. Basketball is a funny game in terms of the energy you bring after a triple overtime victory, and a struggle here tonight. But Alaska Anchorage did their damage when they had to in that opening half of play. A big, huge run to build a big lead, and they've managed to maintain it throughout the first half and the second half of play here. Underneath the basket, great job defensively by Bryson. But Alaska Anchorage is going to get it back at the shot clock buzzer. They put up a near half-court shot and can't get it to go. Moyo with the rebound. Murik Young running the point here. Othniel Spence, as we mentioned, the team's second leading scorer, dressed on the bench but not playing. And so double-digit points on the bench right now. A look at the three won't go. Oh, and Roche, I hope he's okay there, tried to get up and slid hard, and he's struggling as he gets up the floor. Let's just hope Julian's okay there. Took a hard fall as he got up. He challenges the shooter. Julian Roche is fighting it right now. Let's hope he's okay. He's still struggling. Murik Young, though, has the basketball. Little hesitation, dribble, and Murik Young gets right to the rim for the lay, and a great job by Jordan to score the basketball. And that lead cut to 14 points. Saw Julian Roche put thumbs up. I don't know. Don't know if he's signaling that he's okay, but there's a sweeping lay-in in the paint there. That was Keenan Dowell with the basket there for Anchorage. And there's Othniel Spence. You see him dressed in the red, encouraging his teammates. And my apologies for neglecting to ask assistant coach John Curcio. We weren't given any heads up on the status of Othniel Spence in the pregame. I wasn't aware that he was not going to play, but let's take a look at that last play here on the Clan TV replay monitor. Jordan Muir-Keung, the senior out of Seattle, a great job there. Plays with a lot of pride and a lot of emotion. Great to see Jordan Muir-Keung. He got a start today and able to score it there. Look at the fans here having a great time at the West Gym. We also see the SFU training staff checking things out with Julian Roche. We think the big man's going to be okay. Gets back up and gets in the huddle. Julian Roche, certainly one of the more talented players the Clan has brought in here in their NCAA tenure. A Canadian, a D1 transfer, and coming from the alma mater of Victoria's own Steve Nash. Of course, there's an instant connection with Julian Roche and the fans here at the West Gym. And they want to see the big guy do well wearing number 35. We'll see if Julian can get back into action here soon. Pearson, Dowell, Bevins, McDonald, as well as Brimmel, the 5 Seawolves, coming out onto the floor with only 9:17 remaining. Singh, Bryson, Hannon, Provenzano, and Bongani Moyo in the game for Simon Fraser. Provenzano now with the basketball. Singh now with the basketball, back to the basket. Turnaround, drops a dime behind his back and finds Bongani Moyo for the lay-in. Great job there as Singh plays the pivot beautifully in the paint. You see these Othniel Spence minutes being dispensed here. Bongani Moyo and Hannon making the most of those minutes right now to try and help their team here. Here's Pearson, loves that face-up jump shot, can't get it to go. Had a couple of those drop for him in the first half. Clan to Hannon baseline. Ooh, knocked away. Hannon though, a hustler, he gets it back. And a jump ball, I'm not sure what was called there. Did they call? Simon Fraser calling for a timeout. But some great hustle. And so a 30-second timeout for Simon Fraser to keep possession here. And we should look at those minutes. Othniel Spence is averaging 29.6 minutes per game. And that is the 3rd highest on the team. And when you look at 29.6 minutes and how you're going to distribute those minutes, great to see a guy like Hannon taking advantage of those minutes. Hannon with 14 in this game thus far, 14 minutes that is. He's 2 of 3 from the field. He's got 7 points. He's the 2nd leading scorer on the team. So he's doing a solid job coming in off the bench here today. Clan bench outscoring the Anchorage bench 11-6. Leading scorers for Simon Fraser, Julian Roche. Haven't seen the big guy come back into action yet, but he's leading the way with 13 points for the Clan on 5 of 11 shooting. He's hit a 3 today, and he's got 10 rebounds, so already the double-double in play for Julian Roche. 7 points, as we mentioned, for Hannon, 5 apiece for Provenzano and Wilfred Bellotta. Tyler Brimmel, who had 21 points at the half, has 25 to lead all scorers in this basketball game. No other double-figure scorers for the Seawolves. Brendan Reimer with 7, and Sher Berg with 6. Alaska Anchorage has outscored the Clan 11-7 in this second quarter, this low-scoring second half of play. Provenzano to Bryson. Shot clock down to 6, Hannon. Moyo. Provenzano now with the basketball. Shot goes up off the side iron. Singh challenges Hannon, saves it, but right into the hands of McDonald, right down the floor. And the numbers, and Dowell is going to put it up and rattle the rim. So 52-38 as Dowell gets the basket in transition. Hannon takes the three. Boy, there was some contact there, no call. Alaska getting away with one there. Dowell to McDonald. Oh, and there's a collision. Hannon over Nico Bevins, crashes through the court. The Anchorage coaches are going to help Hannon up. Nice to see that right in front of the Alaska Anchorage bench. Wilfred Bellotta now into the game. Drew Bryson, number 24, will come out. So a four-guard group right now with Singh, who has some real guard qualities in the game right now for Simon Fraser. It's going to be Hannon, Provenzano, Wilfred Bellotta, and Bongani Moyo. The response from the official, Mike Thompson: I don't make calls based on sound. After the Clan coaches said they heard something. There's Dowell. He's going to lose that pivot and get called for the travel. And a tough break there for Dowell. It's solid defense from the Clan to take over here with 7:16 remaining. Steve Hansen, you see him right now, the head coach. Former head coach at the high school level, very successful with the Terry Fox Ravens in Port Coquitlam. Of course, Terry Fox, the Simon Fraser grad, his retired number 4, the Canadian icon, hanging here in the West Gym. There's Provenzano. Bingo for Mike P, the big three. 52-41, cuts it to 11 points. And can there be a Clan uprising? Let's see if they can't get a stop here and try and get something going here in the second half of play. Great job there from Provenzano. Bellotta, he's going to crash to the basket. He's going to draw the contact. No N1 opportunity, but Wilfred Bellotta with a chance here to step up and knock down a couple. Bellotta, 63% free throw shooter. He's 40 of 63. Leads the team in trips, just ahead of Michael Provenzano, so you know he loves to attack the basket. And key right now for the Clan to get a little rally going here. Dowell's going to come out of the game, and coming in now is going to be Reimer and Carlberg, number 11. So Carlberg, Brimmel, among that guard group here as Bellotta gets ready to tee up that second free throw. Unable to knock that one down. It would have gotten the score under double digits. Instead, the Seawolves now with a quick foray down the floor. Here's Carlberg for three. In and out, and oh, you can't come any closer to sinking a tray and have it come right out of the cylinder. It's almost like somebody put their hand through the cylinder and knocked it back out. Here's Singh now, puts it on the floor. Little jumper's not going to go there for Singh on the baseline. So Simon Fraser wanted a quick hitter there, couldn't get it, but the deficit remains at 10 here. Here's Reimer, the entry. Pearson, cross court. McDonald jump stop there in the paint, back up to Pearson to Carlberg. Three for Reimer, towing the line, and it's not going to go there. So a Clan catch a break, and Bellotta now back down the floor. Bellotta the drive, Hannon on the baseline, double team comes quickly. Bellotta for three, doesn't go there. Singh with a big rebound underneath, and Singh will lay it up and in, and the Clan have it under 10 points. So what a great job they've done to get back into this basketball game. The Seawolves led by as many as 18 points. So the Clan have cut 10 points off their largest deficit. Now a turnover. Provenzano, Moyo baseline, goes to the rack and draws the contact. The theme of the roll right now for Simon Fraser, aggressive takes to the basket, and Bongani Moyo might not be known as a guy with a ton of touch, but take it hard to the glass, and look at it here on our Clan TV monitor. Jump shot there is not going to go. Look at Singh's ability to get that offensive board. He is right under the basket and plays it so well. He's been obviously one of the big surprises this season. Jasdeep Singh, the 6'8" sophomore out of Delta Secondary School and a transfer out of Northwest College. And he's paid his dues on the circuit, so to speak, to landed NCAA Division II basketball here at Simon Fraser University. What a great job he's done for this Clan basketball team. 5:24 remaining, 52-44, as close as the Clan have been since the early stages of this basketball game. Take you back to the first 6-7 minutes of this game before Tyler Brimmel got on his absolute roll and had 21 points in 21st half minutes. He was the Clan slayer in that opening half of play. Strong on the first there. Take a look at our latest bit of action there and how he got fouled as he came crashing to the floor. Talked about the nice hard take on the baseline here from Moyo to earn these trips. He doesn't get him either of them. Balata gets the rebound. Pearson from behind, and they're calling it clean. They're calling it clean, but they are ruling Clan basketball. So with 28 on the shot clock, another opportunity here off 2 misses from Moyo. Singh's got the basketball, turning, fading, and oh, can't get it to go. That's Reimer with the basketball. Carlberg wearing number 11 up top to Bevins. Anchorage content to use the clock here. They're leading by 8 points. Would love to get it back up to double digits. The 3 ball there is going to fall for McDonald. He lets fly and gets the shooter's roll. It falls through the cylinder for now an 11-point lead, 55-44. Clan just need to value their possessions here. They need to get a good look, and they need to find some finish. Balata for 3. Bingo! Huge 3! So Wilfred Balata gets that triple right back for Simon Fraser. Now the Clan putting on some pressure. Much needed. And Balata with a nice soft touch from downtown knocks it down. McDonald again, this time back up top. Bevins, oh, here it comes. Bevins getting hot too. So another 3 from Anchorage, and they are showing their explosiveness, back-to-back triples. What kind of response will Simon Fraser have? Trailing by 11 with under 4 minutes remaining in this basketball game. You see the Simon Fraser Clan women's team taking a peek here at what the men are doing before they face Central Washington tonight. Balata, nice moves in the paint. This is a freshman who can run the offense for you, but can go down low and do so many things. What a versatile player number 10 is. And that lead to 9 points now. Balata's going to get called for the foul. Let's take a look at the replay monitor here. Tough break there. Wanting to get that momentum going, Balata's going to get called for the foul. Balata's great moves in the block. And if you don't have the upper body and the lower body strength to pull that off, it's not going to happen for you. That the strength of the physique makes it look easier than it actually is. And Wilfred Balata scoring a big basket there. 9 points the deficit. Simon Fraser doing great work to get back into this basketball game. I think we're turning the monitor over to the officials who need to take a look here at the monitor. And while the officials do that, we will take a look at the numbers here. Julian Roche still leading the Clan with 13 points, but Wilfred Balata now with 11, the other double-digit scorer, shooting 40% from the field, 4 of 10. As well, 7 points for Michael Hannon off the bench for the Clan, 8 points for Michael Provenzano. Tyler Brimmel, 6 points only in this second half, but still leading all scorers with 27 points. 7 apiece for Brennan Reimer and Jack McDonald. 6 for Scherberg and Nico Bevins with 5. So while Brimmel's been huge, there is balance beneath him. Great to see the technology in play here as the officials at the West Gym have temporarily taken over our monitor here as they are reviewing a play. We'll take a short break here. Actually, I'll let our producer Gabe Lynn know. Players are coming back. Well, maybe we'll stay with you. We'll stay with you here as the players are now coming back onto the court. Not too sure if the officials found what they were looking for, but they have gone back onto the floor. Young basketball team trying to find their identity here, and today it was running into a red-hot Tyler Brimmel in that opening half of play. Simon Fraser has done a terrific job with the rest of this Anchorage lineup here tonight, but Brimmel's first half damage has been enough to allow the Seawolves to maintain their double-digit advantage, and they've put it right again to 10 points here on the free throw by McDonald. Kind of had a solid second half though. Right now outscoring the Seawolves 24-23, but trailing by 11 on the scoreboard. Head coach Steve Hansen telling his guys, imploring them to get into the offense. Time the enemy here. Turnaround jump hook's not going to go for Wilfred Bellotta. Rebound from Moyle, right back to Wilfred. Here's Singh. Nope. Begs off the screen. Provenzano from 16 off the back iron. Moyle almost getting a mid on that rebound as it went behind him. That was a tough board to get though. He was leaning backwards out of his area, trying to bring that one in. A little bit like a wide receiver trying to pull in a pass just outside of his range. So 3 minutes left in this game, 11-point deficit. But for the Clan, it's go time to the nth degree. They've got to get stops and makes. Next game coming up right after this. Hope you'll stay with us right here on Clan TV. Central Washington having a fine season down in Ellensburg. They're up here tonight at Burnaby Mountain to face the women. 7:30 tip-off time. Join us here on Clan TV. The next men's game as well. It's going to be a later start, 7:30 Saturday. And you see it right there, the Nanooks of the University of Alaska Fairbanks in to face Simon Fraser. 7:30 to start there on Saturday. I'll be here with the call. Hope you join us again for another doubleheader. And the other game, the 5:15 women's game that's going to start Saturday, features none other than the Northwest Nazarene Crusaders out of Nampa, Idaho, ranked #1 in one of the two NCAA Division II women's basketball polls. So if you love basketball, this is the time of the year. It's such a great time of the year to be a basketball fan. And the gym's busy all over the greater Vancouver, Fraser Valley area. So and speaking of basketball, as my erstwhile producer Gabriel Lynn tells us, Varsity Letters, the most trusted source for BC high school and university sports. Hope you'll check us out, varsityletters.ca. The latest Simon Fraser story on the site. I had a chance to chat with Simon Fraser's really inspirational sophomore guard, Kendall Sands. Speaking of Graham Miller and his alma mater, Dr. Charles Best, the same school producing Kendall Sands. And I can see Kendall right now with her teammates as the Clan women preparing to get onto the court after this game. Kendall Sands talking about embracing the role of the sixth player and what that means to her in her career at this stage. And kinesiology major talking all about that. So varsityletters.ca, the place. Check it out. Thanks again for the shameless plug here on Clan TV. With 3 minutes remaining, Clan with the basketball. And into Provenzano. Mike Bellotta for three. He doesn't draw iron. Moyle, though, a vacuum. Tries to score, though, against Pearson. Berg can't get that one to go. Little head fake to the rim. Here he goes. Lays it up and in acrobatically and taking the crash to the floor, Wilfred Bellotta. But he gets the job done. They bring pressure immediately after cutting it to 11. A double team coming quickly. And McDonald able to get it away, and they break the pressure and get it to Berg. Here it comes again. Simon Fraser. Take a look here. You can see how Balata, I thought maybe just that first fake was going to get him for a short jumper, but he couldn't stop the momentum. He kept the bounce going and went right to the basket for the layup, took a big tumble afterwards. Foul sending Berg to the free throw line. That was Singh taking his fourth. He missed the second. So the Clan right now doing what they can. Oh, and that is a flat out turnover there. Just Singh not ready for it. Whoa. And Brimmel is going to put the exclamation mark on it with a dunk at the other end to make it a 14-point lead. And that one a little bit careless by the Clan. That's not what they needed at this juncture of the basketball game. Trying to get momentum working in their favor. So a tough break there. Puts it to 14 points with 2:06 remaining. So the foul being called on Provenzano there on Bevins. This is Mike's P's second, but they will march down the floor for free throws. Looking increasingly difficult here for the Clan. Then again, the old story of the big deficit and the energy expended to get back into a basketball game. The Clan got it to within 8 here in the second half, after trailing by as many as 18. But if it was easy to come back from 18 points, you'd see it all the time. It simply takes a whole lot out of you, especially against a quality team like the Anchorage Seawolves, a flagship program in Division II men's basketball. Here's Singh, the three-pointer, off the back iron. Berg with the rebound, and he's going to get called for the travel as he hits the deck.
I'm falling, I didn't get up. He's not falling up.
So Provenzano will inbound the ball with 1:53 remaining. Balata's three ball. Hannon tried to knock it away from Berg. The rebound quickly to McDonald, or Reimer rather. Works his way to half court. The whistle blows and the foul called again, this time on Wilfred Balata, his fourth of the game. Drew Bryson up to the table to check in here, likely for Balata. Wilfred Balata, he's worked hard today. As has the rest of this Clan team, but the results just not showing on the scoreboard for a team really engaged in the process of building a great amount of team momentum. Here's Hannon. He loves that three ball, can't get it to go. Singh with the rebound. Down to 1:30 remaining. Shot off the side of the goal. McDonald will feather home the triple. And just like that, the lead back up to 21 points. Seemed just like a second ago it was an 8-point game. There's Provenzano with a nice floater in the lane. But we're under a minute remaining here, and it's 19 points, and it's going to be a disappointing finish here for the Clan after last week's fireworks here Saturday in the West Gym. Singh coming out, Graham Miller, number 15, checking into the game for Simon Fraser. So we see the Clan coaching staff, the Brain Trust will gather, huddle, and try and bounce back for Saturday in that 7:30 start against the Fairbanks Nanooks here at the West Gym. Provenzano. Bryson hoists it. get the shot from distance, and Brimmel with the rebound. Alaska content to do what they can to let this clock run down. A fantastic effort by the Seawolves of Anchorage. There's a shot. That's the story of the game, just in terms of Brimmel's magic touch underneath. This Clan team gave Anchorage its best shot here in the second half. It wasn't enough today as the Anchorage Seawolves managed to find a late surge themselves and push their lead back out to 21 points. The final score, Alaska Anchorage 74, Simon Fraser 53. We'll take a short break. Be back with the women's action here from the West Gym in a moment, right here on Clan TV.